Sorry. 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 Sorry.
Hiya! Welcome! Had a long-awaited pre-order turn up today from Hull Pops. Those of the orange and white logo. Great website. They've now got physical premises just outside of Hull. Surprise, surprise. Always love dealing with Hull Pops. This has been pre-ordered since, God, I think the end of August, early September. So quite a while, but it has come in stock. Patience is a virtue. Let's not waste a moment longer. Let me get my trusty yellow knife and maybe waste a few moments with a bit of blade serenading from the King of the Sing. Thank you for that, Jackson and Shaw, by the way. I love girls, 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 girls I do adore. Put your number on the paper and I would love to date you. Holler at you when you come on tour. I love girls, 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 girls I do adore. Alright, and now let us have a sizzle. Woo! So this is a standard common pop. At Hull Pops, this cost me $9.99, might have been a little bit less, there might have been a 5% discount thanks to someone using a referral code. And by the way, my Hull Pops referral code and all my Funko affiliate codes are down in the description. We have got an invoice. We keep getting the albino peanuts from Hull Pops. Hull, I've got a lot of love for you, you know this, but you need to stop using these. They're not environmentally friendly, and what's more, they're just plain irritating because I always make a mess with them. But the main reason to stop using them is that unless they're these biodegradable ones that exist, and please let me know in the comments or on Instagram or wherever if they are. But generally polystyrene stuff just isn't recyclable. Let me get this out carefully. Yep, they're spilling out. Thank you again, Hull. About half of them on the floor. Oh well. The pop I've got to show you though, it's an unusual one to have in this line really, but I'll explain why this particular chap is in this line as we get going. No pop protector, but that's fine because this is going to be an out of box pop for me. It's number 80 in the WWE line. It's Mr. T. Okay. So Mr. T in the WWE wrestling line. Those of you who are big wrestling fans, particularly of a certain age, are going to know why. Mr. T was, of course, in the main event of the first ever WrestleMania back in 1985. He tagged with Hulk Hogan and defeated Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff. He was also in a worked boxing match, a really awful one from what I remember, against Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 2. He's also a WWE Hall of Famer. 2014, he did an infamously long and kind of so boring it started being funny speech that Kane had to go and interrupt, and he just mentioned his mother about 1 million times. But obviously most people know this guy's B.A. Baracus in the A-Team, and there is a Mr. T pop that exists already. I've seen Funko Collector United Kingdom. I think he's got the B.A. Baracus pop, but he's wanting the action figure, I think. He'll correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Don't pity this fool, because I'm going to get him out of box, but first we'll just have a little look at this wave. The Rock, I've got a version of The Rock. It's the Chase Rock that came out getting on for 3 years ago. Randy Savage, I've got an older variant of Randy Savage. I do really like this new one though. Randy's sort of early 90s look rather than the 1980s Macho Man that I've got. And then number 18, Mr. T, the only one in this line that I needed. Getting Mr. T out. There's also a Hogan and Mr. T 2-pack. The Mr. T in that, he does have a different pose, and it's another Hogan. There's been a couple of those come out in more recent times. The one I've got is the NWO Hollywood one. Here he is. Well, Mr. T, a real sort of pop culture icon in the 1980s. You can see why Vince McMahon and the World Wrestling Federation wanted him for the first WrestleMania, because he was arguably the biggest star on TV at that point in the mid-80s with the A-Team. Just one of those people, even the Funko Pop of him, you can instantly recognise who it is. So he's got his famous mohawk here that goes all the way down, and then this sort of weird beard that comes across both sides of his ear there, look. Nice detail on the gold earring. And he's got his Hulkamania training gear on. I don't know if he wore this in the actual WrestleMania 1 match, but he probably wore it in the build-up, possibly in the match as well, I can't remember now, even though I've seen that event a few times over the years. He's got white wristbands. He's got, what colour belt would that be? It's sort of like a light brown beige kind of belt there. Some very minute detail on the buckles. Red trousers, red and white knee pads, and some really snazzy gold boots with black stripes. Oh, and different colour laces as well. Just noticed that. Blue laces on the right boot, red laces on the left. I don't know if that's supposed to signify anything, or it was just Mr. T being quirky. Who knows? Yeah, really nice pop. He's not really a wrestler, but he was a WWE pop, so I had to have him for the collection. I'm trying to think, would I have got him if I'd already got the B.A. Baracus pop? I'm not interested in getting the 18 pops. I liked it as a kid, but I don't think that's a programme that's aged well, so I've not really bothered trying to watch it again in a long time. And B, I know all those 18 pops are quite old now, and therefore vaulted, expensive, hard to find, etc. So yeah, it's quite appropriate, quite good that I've got Mr. T, aka B.A. Baracus, aka Hogan's chum, here in his Hulkamania attire to go into one of my WWE cabinets near where my finger is pointing to. So I've closed the box up as Mr. T staying out of box. There he is. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Thank you again to Hull Pops for great service. Like I say, my one complaint with you at the moment, Hull, is these packing peanuts, these albino Watsits. They make a mess, and I think there's better methods of packing and more environmentally friendly, but that's just my opinion. I'm here to give an honest review. Even companies who I repeatedly buy from and repeatedly recommend, who I am affiliated to, I will always give an honest opinion about them. That's one thing you can rely on this channel. I'm not going to blow smoke up anyone's arse in the hope of getting nice comments or free stuff or whatever. I will always say exactly how I feel, and how I feel about Hull is I'm very pleased with them again, but just ease up on the packing peanuts. I know I'm not the only one who wishes you'd kind of knock those on the head. Thank you, of course, as always, to all of my subscribers and patrons. All the links that I mentioned earlier and my Patreon link, they're all down in the description text box. Go and check them out, especially Hull Pops. Show them some support at this difficult time in our lives. I'm going to go now, and as previously stated, put Mr. T into my WWE cabinet, well, one of the 4 that I've got behind me, and I do hope that all of you will join me again next time for my next Funko Pop unboxing. Cheers, everyone. See ya!